Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and look at this cute little it's 4.5 by 3, so you could get mini pictures. Look at this. I love this sentiment. It's beautiful. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. You could use this for mini photographs. You could just use it for your favorite Bible quotes. You could, I mean, oh, look at that now. I've wrapped that round there. Maybe I'll have to just leave one, but I've used up Stampin' Up papers that they're going to be retiring in June, so I thought I'd use, instead of being left with so much paper, I thought I would look at these, and they're lovely thick pages. And what it is just, is it 4 or 5 sheets? 5 sheets of designer series paper. There's another gap there, is it? Oh no, that's where it's glued together. But look at all these little pages, and if you used it just as a little mini album, just to stick inside your purse or inside your wallet, as you call them, glued together, they just go. Or even, like I'm saying, print off your favourite Bible quotes or your Bible verses and just put them on your pages, just to carry it around. Just have a little bit of warfare in your handbag, you know, so you've got scriptures you can, instead of carrying your huge Bible, just put all your favourite quotes in. Even if you liked music, you could put music lyrics in. I saw this idea by a lady called, let me just have a look, Lyric Lover Crafts, and it was a beautiful idea, and I just thought, how stunning. If you've got directional paper, trust me, it will turn upside down at one point, but by the time you've got different little things in there, and it's such a sturdy little book. So I've got my ribbon, and I've just wrapped it round twice. I mean, I could spend some time now and slot that back through there because it's on dimensionals, probably be a bit of a pain in the bum. But even if I just wrapped it round and tie it up, but can you imagine that? I mean, I've probably got a bit too much ribbon here. Maybe you could attach it, because you're going to put a cover on this, so maybe you could attach it under your cover. In fact, I'll do that on the next one, because I'm going to do a gentleman's version as well. I mean, it's not all ladies that want little things like this. Maybe you could just put normal striped paper in there as well and turn it into a little journal. I've gone ahead and, I mean, maybe that could, look at that, I've got little leaves on there. I've done 3 of them. I'm going to do 2 of you with you together. Look, I went through all my shapes, my framelets, my labels, and I cut quite a few out. This is going to go on the front of ours with another stamped message. Have I even cut the paper down for? So you're going to need 5 sheets. Like I'm saying, I've done 3 already, but I'll do 2 with you and show. It's so simple. I have got myself this beautiful denim ribbon to tie it up. You could even use elastic, you know, like I did it on one, but I can't think. I used a bit of elastic and tied it round. You could also glue that inside the inside cover, so you just got a little elastic going round. Let me have a look. Let me show you. So I've got this elastic. Before I put my covers on, I could glue this, say, in the back, take that down, add my covers, and that'll keep the strength. And then when I come to undo my book, I can just pull it off and put it back on. Maybe I'll do that version for a gentleman even. So, oh, we've got quite a few options. The sentiment is from here. I love this. I love this Easter lilies. I haven't done anything with the flowers yet. I just love these sentiments. God is good. Peace I give unto you. He is risen. And trust in the Lord with all your heart. Beautiful. But I die cut. Oh yeah, I can see even more here. Tons of labels. So I could open the pages. Now these are glued together. I only put them on just to keep them secure and in place. So you could put a little quote, one of these labels inside, and maybe even handwrite your favourite Bible verse or add a little photograph. It's just, I've got loads of these labels cut from stylish shapes, the nested essentials, my tasteful labels. I mean, look at these. Even if you didn't want it as a photo option, that would be pretty inside there with either your favourite quotes, your favourite lyrics, your favourite Bible verses, like I'm saying I would use this for. But I've got all these, I've cut them in very vanilla. It was just cardstock that I'd got that was too big to go in my tub, so I just thought, oh, let's go through all my shapes. I got the Something Fancy dies. So I've got plenty of labels to fill up another little book. Maybe you could trim that down a tiny and use it as a belly band and then tuck a quote behind. You know, there's quite a few options for these little books. I do love these fancy dies. And this is the one I used on the front of this one. Just absolutely gorgeous. So I've got my labels. I'm going to put them to one side. You will need a piece of cardstock as well. I'm sure I cut one down. Yeah, it's for my other one. It's for my girly one. So I've used papers from the He's the Man. I know it's retired, or has it? Let me just have a quick nose actually, because let me go to my DSP. Where's my DSP? Well, where do you think I can put? Oh, it's tucked in there, look. There it is, tucked in the page. My page is ripped. So, I've used this one for the first one, which is going out in June. It's the Delightfully Eclectic. No, the He's the Man. I've got this one. I've used some of the papers from Let's Go Fishing. He's the Man one, I think, came in a little catalogue or an online exclusive. I can't remember, but I only used one sheet out of here. But I mainly use the other. So we're going to need a piece. Let's pick a nice piece now to go on the outside. What's on the back of this fishy one? Oh, there we go. We'll use that. We need this to be 6.5 by 4.5, which is going to be the actual size. So this is 3, and we're going to have 1/2 inch because you want to leave it with a soft and expanding section. So when you open, say, the center, it's flat. You've got that little bit there, but it gives you the ability to open this all the way across in every direction. So it just gives you that little, and not only that, it'll take up the bulk. So hence the reason. I'm just going to wrap that round. So let me cut this down. Even if you want, because I mean, this back piece, when all the 5 little pages are glued together, there's a good 1/2 inch. So that's why I'm doing 6.5. And then I'm going to take this down to 4.5, which is how tall my pages are. I mean, I'll go one tiny little mark past it. And I mean tiny, but that's all you'll need for the cover. So that's what we're going to use. I've been doing things like this for craft fair ideas. I don't do craft fairs myself, but I gave a lot of stuff to a charity the other week, and I'm thinking if they put them on their desk and sell them to visitors, they will raise some funds as well. I donated quite a lot of my craft supplies for the kids there, so I would like them to raise some more money. So look, this is going to be exactly the same size when we glue. You could stop at 3 pages, you know. We're going to literally just wrap that round. So I could attach, say this is the back, I could attach my elastic with some double-sided tape just there and there, and then by the time we glue our piece on, it should say stuck down. So that's a different way for that one. So let's pop that to one side. Like I'm saying, I'm just using up cardstock that I know for a fact is going to retire. So it's so simple. This is 12 by 9, and you want to decide if you want this on the, you're going to keep that to the outside. So I'm going to use the scales. I've gone with the brown and blues. So I've got blue, brown, blue, brown, and then I've got another brown, so I could cut one either side. So I'm keeping with the blue and the brown theme. If you want to keep the fishing theme, you could. So you just literally, your bone folder and a bit of glue is your best friend on this, but it's so simple. Fold it in half. Make sure you score. I know that's butted up nice and tight. Really prominently make your score lines very crisp. And then what we're going to do, we're going to literally fold this over. It's so simple, but you're going to score each time, making sure they're butted up tight together, top and bottom. Hence the reason for your bone folder. And again, flip it over, make sure everything's lined up, really give it a good burnish, and then fold it back on itself. You can fold this again, but it gets really bulky, so fold this piece back on itself, line that up top and bottom. Always go for the middle out when you first do it, and then flip it over so you're still getting to burnish both sides. And then we're going to fold this one back. It is that simple. But this in a little cello bag with a nice topper. And what I like to do as well is, because we've ended up with a W, you could flip it over and we've got an M. It's entirely up to you. Now I want to flip this over now and fold it the other way, inwards, just so I can get really clean lines, because our pages will open both ways and you're helping to break down those fibres. And then what I do is open it up, fold it in half this way, making sure my everything is still lined up, and burnish. And then what we're going to do is going to take our scissors and we're going to cut down the score line to the score line. So there's my score line, a little bit harder to see in this light, and I'm going to cut to that score line. I want to make sure I get it right along that score line, up to that one. Try not to go over, and then we've got it so it's open. And now what you're going to do, open it up, grab these two edges, fold it like this, and then pinch. So you can see the 4 pages now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of them are going to go to one side, and you're going to burnish both ways. And then you're going to burnish over your 4th page, and again burnish. If you want it, it will go both ways, but it's a little bit tighter, but I'm going to burnish it both ways anyway. And then you can decide what straight edge you want. I think that's perfect. So let's show you that again. You're going to, after you've done your half, fold it in half, and you're going to burnish out and then burnish out. Give them a good creasing. Then you're going to open it up and fold it in half, and then you're going to cut down from the middle to the first score line. Then you're going to open it out. You're going to stand up your flaps, and then you're going to just tuck, and 3 of them will wrap together like a book, and then you're going to wrap round your other page. and then we're going to glue. So just making sure I've got it all burnished, and every time I fold this cute little booklet, I mean, you could stop there if you want thin ones. You've still got 4 pages. Let's show you the gluing. Now I'm going to get we're going to open it back up, shake my glue, make sure I've got it flowing, and I'm literally going to down all the way around the edge on both sides. You don't want tons, and then just on one side. You can add it to both sides, and you want just a little scatty piece of glue. And then again, we're going to turn this, stand it up, we're going to pinch, going to lay this down, and then we're just going to burnish that closed. And that's how you glue. Don't worry if you get little fray bits. I think it all adds to the beauty of this little handmade book. It's not meant to be perfection. And this is all glued together now. And there's your 4 pages. And we've got 3 already. I'm going to add this cute little booklet. So I'm going to glue just all the way around. I'm going to stand my little, and you need the back, which is the crease, against the creases. Just going to add them together, stand them up, and I'm just using clips only while I get on with the next piece with you. Save me having to hold it down. I'm sure you've all got little pegs somewhere. These barely fit, so I'll leave that to one side, and we're going to just do that again. So I think I'm not just going to go with the brown this time. It's got brown, blue, and I'm going to have the little fishing. Am I? Yeah, why not? Let's have the little fishing flies on. So make sure that's level top and bottom. Give that a good crease. And if you've got one-sided paper, which is obviously you're not going to be toiling about patterns, just pick your favourite patterns and use one-sided paper. It tends to be a little bit thinner than the double-sided designer series paper. And if you don't feel confident, score it, but your score marks might be off just a fraction, because sometimes our paper isn't always guaranteed to be bang on 12 by 12. So again, I'm turning it over, so I'm leaving the crease near me just so I can see the edges. It's not going to be bang on perfect, but I need to line them up top and bottom perfect. Just like so. Flip it over, and then I'm going to fold this piece back as well. And you can't get any simpler than that. It's just a great little project. So we've got our W, or we can flick it over and we've got our M. Now we're going to open it out and fold it in half. The other way this time. Don't forget, you've got all these lovely crease marks in. And then we're going to cut from the fold to the first score line. I can see the score line a little bit better on this one. You don't have to be perfectionate. No one ever gets it bang on. But look, there's the slits. So turn it over like a tent. Stand it up, and look how these 3 want to go together already. Just pinch them together. Burnish them a little bit more. And then you can fold your 4th page over and give it a good burnish. And while they're open in this position, you can just crease those pages down. can you imagine giving one of these to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or some gentleman you know with all his favourite quotes in or Bible verses? Hand these out in church. What lovely gifts would they make if you handed one each out in church? And then we're going to open it back up. And we're going to glue this again. So down the edge. Now's the time to decide, because you can always flick this over before you glue. You want to keep the brown. I don't think, no, they're non-directional, so that doesn't really matter. So come along all the edge, not too close because it's going to smear out. Just on both sides. And then just fill in the gap. And you don't need, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need it to be closed. And you can see how much I'm putting on, barely any. And again, turn it so it's like a tent. Close these 2 pages. There's your 3 pages and there's your 4th. And then just burnish it down so it keeps it closed. You don't have to stop at 5. You can add as many as you like. You could add 3, you could just add 2. I'm sticking to 5 because I think it's a nice even number. And not only that, I just had enough to make this with all the pages that were left. Because I've been left with so many designer series papers in the past. And our last page, it's never going to ever be perfect. You could get an exact overlaid and cut it down so it's all perfection, but I don't see the point when it's a handmade gift. So take our pegs off. I won't be using the white ones again because it's too thick, but these will open up pretty wide. So we've got our 1, 2, 3. Don't, just be careful when you're opening it because you may get a little bit of glue that seeps out. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that one's a little bit tacky. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pages there in that small space. Look at that, how thin that is. So this time, right, let's see, we've got blue, brown, blue, brown, blue, brown. Let's add that one on there. And I tell you what I should do really, instead of having so much glue around the edge, you can just use your finger so it doesn't ooze out into the next page. Again, line these up. Try and keep this edge really straight. I'm just going to add the clips. And I'm going to grab a heavy glue bottle just for a second whilst I clean my fingers off. So this is our wrap. I'm just gonna give it a gentle, I'm not gonna crease much, I'm just gonna give it a gentle crease because some of this is gonna be for the spine, but I want to make sure it's pretty level top and bottom, and just give it a little pinch. You don't want to go too nuts because that's not going to be, because it's rounded here. You could score it, but it's a pain in the bum. You don't really need to. So now I'm going to decide, because this is glued on now. Wow, my art glitter glue. Look at all these ones. So what? So you're going to have the ins. This is going to be where the cover goes. So that's going to be glued down. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, There's 15 pages. So we're going to glue that, and it's the same height. But what I'm going to do, because this is now the back of my book, I'm going to grab some of this double-sided tape. Fingers crossed. I'm going to grab my elastic, and I'm just going to use my bone folder just to crease that in really tight. Then I'm going to wrap it round. I'm going to have the cover on, but you won't. I'm going to pull it a little bit tight, but not too mega tight. And again, if you want to stick to the ribbon, you could put the ribbon on now. If you don't, I grab my scissors. I've had this elastic years and years and years and years, and it sticks great. So this is going to be the front, but we'll have our cover on now because we're going to glue our cover onto this. So it's going to be like so. Then that's going to wrap, and that's going to be tucked under that side. And then we can fetch this round the front to keep our little booklet closed. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. So let's fold that in there just for a second. I'm going to grab my pokey tool, take off the double-sided tape, and I can see that it needs to be sealed right up as tight as that elastic is possible. It'll help my cards, my DSP sleeve to stick as well. Just hope. You could use what do they call them? Your hot glue gun as well, but I'm going to now add glue to the back panel. I'm not going to add glue over the top of this bit because I need it to poke out. And then I'm just going to open this back up. I'm going to lay this right at the front. Make sure it's level at the top and at the bottom. Just give that a really good finish. Make sure it's nice the way up the edge. And then with my bone folder, I'm just gonna crease. I'm not tucking it tight up against the edge, I'm just rubbing it down. Then I'm going to remove my elastic, and then I'm just going to make sure that comes all the way to the front of my little book, and I'm going to glue this down. How quick and simple can you make these? And then making sure that's right along that edge. And then when we fold this over, oops, it's right along the edge on there. It's perfect. But it's not, oh, it's not too bad actually. Made a little, I should have fetched it to the edge of here really, but don't do what I just did and lift it up. Fold it across so it comes all the way to the edge. So it is handmade. I could peel that back, but I don't want to tear anything. But that's the back of the little. Is that the back? No, that's the back. Mind you, we could have it that way. And have it so it's open this way. But no, I've got a little tiny boo-boo just there. So I could trim that little tiny bit off, but I'm not going to. It's going to add to the character. Look at that, we got our little elastic on. A little elastic's hidden under our paper. Just give that a good burnish. I think that's really cute. Oh, that is so cute. And then our pages. But if you look that way, it's perfect along that edge. It's this page that's sticking out. But like I'm saying, it's a little handmade book. We've got that little curvature around the spine because we can open this right up. I think that's delightful. Oh, I love that. I think that is so sweet. So I'm going to grab myself my stamp. I'm just going to change my ink. I think what I might stamp is in whoops, one nearly went flying. In my wild wheat. I like this, and it matches the paper. So I've got my stamp set mounted. I love this, and then I've just got it offset, but I can keep it lined up. Trust the Lord with all your heart. I'm just going to press that down. Now my desktop's got cushioned lino on, believe it or not. This is cushioned lino, and I don't really need to have a stamp mat, but I do use it sometimes. But I think this stamps it just as nice. Oh, look at that. Love that. Give that a clean. Get my chamois out. Oh, it comes up like that. And then I'm just going to grab myself, let me pop my glue away before it dries up and I can't get the pin back in. Oh, I tell you what I've got as here is, oh, now this is what I was going to stick on the front. So that is going to go on dimensionals. So I'm going to put one top and bottom. And I'm going to put one here, but not right up to that edge. And then one this side. And you'll see why. So when my elastic goes round, I was going to use this. Now these are the cut apart from, I might just do that on the front actually. And then add Best Dad Award. And these cute little antlers. One here. And one here. That is cute. And I could put the sentiment inside. I think I might do this on the back, because I've already stamped that gorgeous sentiment. And the reason I've pulled in a little bit is so this layers without trapping our elastic. So I'm just gonna lay that. Oops, I don't know where it's stuck now. I've trapped. Oh, that's cute. But I can still get my elastic out and it'll still slide behind. That is cute. I mean, I could add those little antlers here. And there maybe, or you just put them on the book itself. That's cute, isn't it? Oh, I'll do that, I think. That's cute. So I'm just going to literally, I'm just dotting the tiniest little bits because it sticks like crazy, this stuff. So I'm going to add on this side of the little book. Take my elastic off. Just add this side. That is cute, and my little elastic still comes round. Oh, that is so delightful. And then I could add this page on the back with our Best Dad Award. Oh, I like that. They're going to do that. Just dot that on. These came from the cut aparts from that He's the Man papers. But isn't that cute? I love that torn edge. And I might just pop a couple of dimensionals on this. Grab 2 little ones. It's only for display. You could get your gone fishing set out now and add some weights on the front, or you could even use your He's the Man stamp set and do some nautical themes. So this is the front. Oh, I love that. This is the back. Let me pop my, oh, let me grab, I'll tell you what I have got as well. I get my little trinkets out. When I can get them out. Classic garage metal elements. So I've got keys and I've got spanners. Could add a little spanner. I don't think the spanner would go for fishing, but I could add a key. That way it looks like you've got a little fishing boat to go with the fishing element. Or I could add a little love heart. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going by my little ladybirds. These are all just sequins. There's so many sequins. I think I'm going to add the little key on there. These will go with the new rusty toolbox. Trusty toolbox. The rusty toolbox. Mind you, saying that, it could be rusty, it could be trusty. And I'm just going to dot a little key on there. It's just to add a little charm and to just make it all look so cutie cute. And these literally go off in seconds. There you go, that's stuck already. Well, there we go. There is, oh wait there, let's get, I've just put, I always put my glue away and then realise I've got something else I could use. So this is the lady one. Let's grab some of those. I didn't add the ribbon till after, and then I added the sentiment on top, so hence the reason it was wrapped round twice. But let's grab just a couple of these gorgeous labels that I've cut out from my shapes, just to show you. I'll use my tape runner, I think. So, I mean, you could add one in there. Let's get that one in there. That is cute. I mean, you could use these for anything. You could have a photo on one page and journaling spots on the other. You could put journaling and a picture there. You've got little labels. Look at this. I could turn that probably and just glue down the two sides. Straight, obviously. and then have a tuck spot behind. I might do that actually. Oh, let's get my glue back out. I'm just going to add a tiny dot of glue down those sides. Hold this cute little book. I'm going to do it towards the bottom, giving myself an even space. Let that dry off before I close the book. I don't want the pages sticking together. And then you could maybe tuck a little label in there just to show that it's you could even add a squirt of glue under there, but you could slide a photo behind there. I'm just going to tuck that in there for a minute. And you've got this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous piece. Absolutely stunning. Make them nice and clean. So, oh, I mean, look at these even tiny little ones. You could attach that on the edge and still manage to take a photo behind. That is cute. I'm going to take that one out of there. I'm going to slide that one in. And then this person who gets this book, I'm going to leave that one in there. I'm going to pop that one in there. I mean, you could just glue them at the bottom so they could still tuck a photo behind. And then journal on the spot. That one's going to go in there. Oh, look at that. Fits in that shape. Beautiful. Just about, I mean, glue the the two sides and the bottom. And tuck something behind there. Oh, these are just cute. I'm just going to leave these in the pages. Look, add a little label, add your little photo underneath, or get some paper, cardstock. Where is it? Now these are cut off from another project I'm working on. These are really thick cardstock, but you could just rip them around the edges even, just to make it look a little bit fancy. You don't have to have perfect shapes. Can you imagine that? Now in the blokes one, look at that. Turn that over because again it's got a mucky mark. I mean, you could take that down a little bit smaller. Add that as a little label, or even dot it in the center, or you could put it on one side and have a picture that side. This is cute. Little label at the bottom there. You could, I suppose you could sponge around the edges. Oh, it's endless what you can do. But there we go. I hope you've enjoyed. Whoops. Okay, and it's got a lot of ribbon. I might just do this. Let me just cut that ribbon down because I can add that ribbon to something else. You could perhaps even add it as a belly band on something. So let's tie this in a cute little knot instead of having it double wrapped. That way you wouldn't have to keep sliding it under the ribbon. That's cute. Cut that at an angle. So you've got a lady one, you've got elasticated gentleman's one. Still fits under there to keep that little book closed. You could, oh look at that, and you probably get, now it's too small. You could just tie it in a knot, I suppose, but you could use this on something else. I want to use it on something else. I don't like wasting. And my little label, I'm going to tuck one inside there. I'm going to cut, well, I've got quite a lot cut actually, so I'm going to cut quite a few of those and put them in that little pocket album. But look how small that is. If you're going to take pictures of your family, Christmas, Easter, the true meaning of Easter, Bible verses, anything. I just think they'll fit inside your purse or your wallet or your little man bag beautifully. Keep it in your top pocket, in your suit. Anything is endless. But I hope you've enjoyed. I really would love a thumbs up. All glory to our great Lord and Saviour, obviously, who gives us these wonderful talents, provides us with all this gorgeous material, because if we didn't have trees, we wouldn't have paper. So all glory to our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Take care, and don't forget, be nice to one another. Till next time. Bye.